The following program contains naughty bits.
Just when you thought it was safe to turn on YouTube, Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Excuse me, officer of the law, am I under arrest or am I under abreast? I know my puns get more awful by the day, and so does my weak, tired legs. I need a very good, hot-looking policewoman like this beauty right here, or maybe a local Swedish masseuse to come and work her magic hands on my well, not my nether regions, below my nether regions, because if it was the former, I would be in a lot of trouble. And yes, just like that dude, Matt Berry, in the IT crowd, I might find myself to be a walking tripod in my own flat, which on any other day would sound terrific. But in this case, folks, it's another Star Wars themed video for you today. And it's more of the victimhood of Amandla Stem Cell Stenberg. Or is it Steinberg? It's yeah. Who cares at this stage? Whew, God. Just to quote Nelly, it's getting hot in here. So, police officer, can you take off the rest of your clothes, please? What's left of them?
More fun than working with two really hot twins. No, it's not.
Her voice may be almost as important to gamers as Lara's double pistols, curves, and skimpy shorts.
Kung Fu Hot Dog is a Kung Fu renegade cop. Now he must defeat the most evil Kung Fu master in the world.
For a modern gaming audience.
For a new world of unspeakable adventures.
Said, Mummy, I like the way the lady runs.
Get ready for a new world of unspeakable adventures, never before shown in a motion picture. Get ready for
Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Snake.
Right?
Well, back on Earth again, folks, and unfortunately, somebody who's living in their own protective bubble, well, I mentioned her already, Amandla Stem Cell, claims and confirms the Acolyte is cancelled. It was cancelled and still remains that way due to the proceeds of blame. Well, that's a new one on me. A rampage of hyper-conservative bigotry and vitriol. Oh my God. I swear her publicist and her management have put her up to this nonsense. It's incredible, isn't it? I mean, why on earth would I be looking at this abomination right here called May from the Acolyte as part of any kind of Star Wars universe? Again, Lando Calrissian, played by the great Billy D. Williams. We never had a problem with him in The Empire Strikes Back, did we? Because he was a great addition to that already diverse cast.
Of course, I live in the bubble of my own reality, but for those who aren't aware, there has been a rampage of vitriol that we have faced since the show was even announced, when it was still just a concept. And
Shut the fuck up!
In a video uploaded to her Instagram stories, oh no, Stenberg stated, our show, our Star Wars show, has been cancelled. I'm going to be transparent and say it's not a huge shock for me. So why on earth are you playing victim now on your Instagram story, love? That's ridiculous. Of course, I live in the bubble of my own reality, which most of Hollywood does these days.
Of course, I live in the bubble of my own reality.
But for those who aren't aware, there's been a rampage of vitriol, and we have faced that since the show was even announced. It's because your best friend, Leslie Headland, used to work for, I was going to say Harvey Keitel, but it's Mr. Weinstein. You know, this is the same Leslie Headland who would book his appointments with up-and-coming actresses like Mira Sorvino so he could have a couch one-to-one with them, if you know what I mean. Of course, I'm not condoning Epstein's, or rather Weinstein's. You see, you're getting the two confused there. Weinstein's abhorrent, absolute diabolical shenanigans with the ladies who were trying to make it big in Hollywood. So even though it was still just a concept, yes, which got rushed through in a few months, by the way.
Yes. In a very woman-centered world, which I was very excited to kind of be that, because I feel like...
And no one had even seen it. We don't need to, Amanda. We already know what it was going to be like. If you're on the left side of political thinking, this is not going to be a thought process. But if you lean to the right, like this, or maybe that way instead, I've got a pair of tits distracting me on this end. No wonder I can't wait to lean back to that side one more time. But yes, it's when they, I mean, again, where's the actual proof, Amanda? You're saying all these things, you're an actress, allegedly, but where's the actual proof?
And that's when we started experiencing a rampage of, I would say, hyper-conservative bigotry and vitriol, prejudice, hatred, and hateful language towards us.
Next she said, and you know, this really affected me when I first got the job because it was all about my skin color and complexion, not my merit as an actress. But then again, most people don't call me that. I'm just a drama queen outside of Hollywood circles and parties.
It's hard to start to categorize what kind of black story it is, you know. Yeah. It's kind of hard to categorize what story it is wherever that person's from, you know.
It's not something you can fully understand what it feels like until it's happening to you. So what she's saying again is, if you're non-white, or actually if you're a white person, you won't actually understand this. By the way, again, the irony is Miss Stenberg is actually of mixed heritage. Her father's Danish and a very rich man. She was just better off living in his shadow and getting a daily income from him once a month for working in his company, right? That's what I would have done. However, I feel like I've been moved through those feelings in various ways. This is a time where you could have probably used the force instead of feelings. Search for your feelings, Luke. But for me, it just became a situation where there was no option for me but to honor my sense of ethics and my belief system and my value system. Wow, she likes to use the word system, doesn't she? While being in this very unique position. Well, not a 69, obviously. It's kind of like I had this very unique experience of experiencing, oh my God, this woman's grammar is awful. The world at large, which is, of course, hyper divisive right now, through the lens of this very unique opportunity of being in Star Wars. The same Star Wars you said was now gay.
This is arguably the gayest Star Wars, I think, by a considerable margin. This is going to be a talking point.
Is it going to be a talking point?
I'm sure so.
Because nerds are gay.
Well, well, some nerds are very threatened by gay
Well, that's
stuff.
true. But in my world, nerds are gay.
Okay.
How dare you? How dare you disgrace me?
And you know, this really affected me when I first got the job, because it's just not something, even though I anticipated it happening, it's not something you can fully understand what it feels like.
And it brought up a lot for me, a lot of socio-political dynamics, a lot about my own value system and how I respond to that kind of hatred, how I move through the world at large, and it just became inarguable, oh my God, for me at a certain point that in order to continue to be myself, I would have to honor my value system by being vocal even within the context of working for Disney within a large, massive IP that is Star Wars. Because according to Amandla, it's a gay nerdom. You only have to be gay to appreciate gay pop culture. In her side of the fence, it's all about the gays and the strays. But apparently people like me, diverse, heterosexual, dark cup of coffee that I am, who likes a bit of cream, if you know what I mean. And in case I have to spell it out to you, I dig Caucasian women, right? That's what I mean by my cream, not the Cameron Diaz kind from Something About Mary.
Is that a hair gel?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I could use
No,
some.
you don't have to. You don't.
I just ran out.
On that topic, oh my god, how long is this Instagram story? I just have to say, it's been an incredible honor and dream for me to be in this universe. The one that's going to get scrubbed by Disney very soon, by the way. It feels not like heaven by Fiction Factory, even though, of course, I'm very sad about the show being cancelled, which, by the way, spelt with one L when before in this article spelt with two, which is the correct spelling, by the way. And I'm sad about us not being able to give people who are vested into it more. Oh, because I just feel a lot of levity, anxiety, and joy around the fact I got to experience it, and that people loved it, and that people were so responsive. Were they? Because even the mainstream media and Mandler Stenberg hated this absolute dog shit of a show. I love the iterations of fan fart, ship fart, and fan theories. What, not Star Wars theory? And things that were just so beautiful and filled my heart with joy. This is definitely a Hollywood actress who enjoys sniffing her farts in the morning, because quite clearly she can't visit her local drugs dealer around the corner to try and curb her unenthusiastic enthusiasm by directing it at people like me and the white boy next door. Can I have some more milk, please? Oh, by the way, when it comes to absolute cringe-tastic rant videos, nothing will ever beat Daniela Pineda when she starred as the ill-fated 4'1" Faye Valentine in the Netflix adaptation of Cowboy Bebop. Remember this?
What the actual fuck?
So as you know, our Cowboy Bebop first look dropped today, which was so exciting. And I just wanted to address a couple of things that sort of keep coming up in the comments amongst fans. First, I wanted to apologize.
You know what doesn't keep coming up? Well, that's me watching this video.
Fans, that I did not anatomically match the Faye Valentine character. 6 foot, double D size breasts, 2-inch waist.
Yeah.
You know, they looked everywhere for that woman and they couldn't find her. It's kind of weird. So they just went with my short ass. I know.
Now, look, at the time when this video dropped, we gave Daniela Pineda so much grief, but on reflection, I would rather watch someone like her just saying, look guys, didn't meet your expectations, blah, 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 but a manless stem cell has to keep going on about why the Acolyte was cancelled. Not because she didn't look the part as May, a made-up character. No, she's just preaching, well, I would say it's left-wing anarchy. Yeah, but I'm going there, folks. I have to do that. She is going there, absolutely. She's just using political activism in a movie industry, which, again, let's face it, folks, if you know who rules Hollywood, it's not exactly, well, everything is a bit painted in black, if you know what I mean. So Daniela Pineda, I still love this video. You're still the gift that keeps on giving. And I still have to finish Cowboy Bebop, even though it's one season. I mean, again, that show had some nice visual touches to it, but it just wasn't the same thing. You could have got Rachel Pizzolatto to be Faye Valentine. She's absolutely perfect. And I believe she can act as well. If you give her the right role, she would have been the dream Faye Valentine. The vast of vast Valentine's. I'm just going to conclude this, folks, with this, because this actual story, this transcription is absolutely painful to go through. Plus my level of sci-fi and fantasy and being able to be part of the legacy of something that I so deeply value, no you never, and something that means so much to me and I've looked up to for so long. Listen, honey, you're about 20-something years old? I mean, holy nuts. I mean, look at that. Would you want to date this woman, folks? I'm just asking you a crystal clear question right here. Would you date this abomination right here? Nope, it's all about me and the very ugly monstrosity that is Jean Grey from that forthcoming Wolverine movie. I would rather have more fun with that woman than this ridiculous retard right here. Oh dear, look at her just crying boo-hoo tears because you all don't like me. Well, no, it's not just about Amanda. It's just about everything else regarding this show. Here we go. And then she started uncontrollably laughing and paraphrased Koala Harris. But maybe the last thing I want to say on this subject is that we all exist in the context in all of which we live. Is that in your bottom-feeding bottom hole, Amanda? Because quite clearly you don't like dudes, and that's entirely your choice. But yeah, this is the problem, folks. Hollywood is filled with activists. We need more people like Robert Eggers, the man behind the Lighthouse movie where Willem Dafoe let off a massive great fart in front of Robert Pattinson. We need more people like him who made The Northman. Yeah, Robert Eggers is all right. He doesn't seem to be bound by Hollywood restrictions at the moment. But then when you have the ilk that is Amanda Stenberg right here, oh God, no, you just want to go back to good old-fashioned Hollywood, what it used to be. I mean, when I go back to the 1940s, it's like Lauren Bacall, Carol Lombard, Gina Lola Brigida with a big melalones. I like people like them. And of course, you go through the 60s, Brigitte Bardot, all this classic act, Claudia Colbert. No, she was in the 40s. There's another Claudia Cardinale. That's who I was thinking of. Thinking of her in the 70s. Yeah, Bo Derek. I mean, Jane Fonda was still a bit of a hottie back then as well. Again, Sally Field, smoking hot, stone cold fox, man. You see her in the Smokey and the Bandit movies. Whew, no wonder her and Burt Reynolds were an on and off thing.
What do you say?
We lost him.
Sensational. That was a hard one to say no to.
And you get into the 80s. Jennifer Connelly, obviously she was still young then, but obviously she grew rather quickly. Yeah, just look at the 80s sexy sirens, Demi Moore. Oh my God, geez, Kim Cattrall, just to name but a few. But you know, I got to point it out again, we get dog shit like her now. She's not an actress, she's an activist, disguised as an actress, disguised as something else, a feminist, a raging fourth wave feminist that we don't really care for the opinions of. But you know whose other opinions you do care for, folks? Mine! And I'm so glad you're here today to enjoy this moment of madness with me. So if I were you, and if you were him, or if you were her, you might want to come back for the return of the next video.
Had such like vision and hope and like such a mission for what we were going to continue bringing into the sci-fi universe and into the Star Wars universe. And it was a really beautiful, energizing